Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock on this Sunday. I'm Kaylee Marentet in for Michael Sandlin tonight. We'll get to your top stories and more in a preview of the big game coming up in about 30 minutes. But first, we want to check in with meteorologist John Birchfield. Hey, John.
Hey, Kaylee, and it's going to be another active week of weather. We're already tracking our next winter storm system. As you plan ahead for the week, we have alert days in effect Wednesday night into Thursday. There is a good likelihood we see accumulating snow and a possible wintry mix south of Toledo. Either way, travel delays are going to be likely. I'll have more on that system coming up in my full forecast. In the meantime, we do have nice and dry weather after yesterday's winter storm. High pressure is going to bring us some sunshine to start off the week. Temperatures are in the upper 20s, and it is quite a bit colder here than it is down in New Orleans. Even though Caesars Superdome is covered up, those going to the game going to enjoy balmy temperatures that'll be in the 70s. That Super Bowl forecast likely to be in the 70s with partly cloudy skies and a nice light breeze. Certainly a taste of summer down in New Orleans. 33 for your forecast. We're going to be enjoying bright sunshine Monday with a calm and cool day. A little bit of a breeze with west winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It is going to be an active week of weather, though. We're already tracking some potential high impacts as well as travel disruptions with this storm. Again, Wednesday night into Thursday, snow accumulations, school delays, and travel delays will be possible. And that's not our only storm system. We have a pair of alert days next weekend as well, tracking a wintry 1-2 punch coming up in that 10-day forecast. Kaylee?
Well, it is arguably the biggest day in sports world for sports fans. The Super Bowl has been around since 1967, and as you can imagine, the look of the game, ads, and the halftime show look a little different than they did back then. Take a listen.
The Super Bowl is more than just a football game. It's a cultural phenomenon. Let's connect the dots. The big game first began back in 1967 as a championship matchup between the NFL and rival AFL. But it wasn't always the massive event it is today. The first Super Bowl didn't even sell out. But that changed as the media hype grew, fueled by historic moments like Joe Namath's Super Bowl III upset. By the 1980s, the game wasn't just about football. Apple's iconic 1984 ad kicked off the Super Bowl commercial craze. Throughout history, it's been hosted at 26 different stadiums in 17 major cities. And with Sunday's game, New Orleans will tie Miami's record for hosting the most Super Bowls at 11. Today, it's the most watched TV event in America, drawing more than 100 million viewers every single year. And that is connecting the dots.
The kickoff for the big game is happening in less than 30 minutes, and many fans are heading out to bars and restaurants to watch. Dominique O'Neill is live at Frickers in downtown Toledo. Dom, is it busy there?
Yes, Kaylee, it is pretty busy so far. I've been here for the last 30 minutes, and I've seen people coming in constantly. Right now, I'm joined by the general manager here named Charlie Marcheski. He's here to tell me a little bit about what he's been seeing this year as far as the crowds. Mr. Charlie, just tell us a little bit about what you're seeing this year so far as the outcomes or the Super Bowls, as far as people coming out.
We've definitely seen a pickup this year. Last year we were slower, things were down, and now we're beating year over year, and things are picking up and looking good. And we got a new TV set up, so literally you can't look anywhere in the restaurant without seeing the TV. So it's a good place to see a game.
Great, just kind of tell us a little bit about what do you think is the biggest draw this year? Do you think it's the halftime show, or do you think it's the game itself, or the commercials? What do you think?
Super Bowl's a national holiday, man. I think the draw is we all celebrate it. This has become part of America, really.
Great. Just as far as sales and everything, do you think this year is better than previous years as far as Super Bowls in the years that you've been here?
We'll be up this year. Yep. It's a lot of to-goes. Most people do their Super Bowl parties at home, but they get their Frickers chicken, so it's good.
Great. So just tell us a little bit about who you're looking forward to in this game tonight.
I picked the Eagles, but who knows? It's going to be a tight game. Point spread says that nobody knows.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Great. And coming up at 11, we'll hear from fans about the game and who they're looking for to win tonight. Reporting in Toledo, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
Well, the Eagles and Chiefs are preparing to face off on the gridiron, and some former and current NFL players are showing how their passions extend beyond the field. CBS News has more.
They're known for their strength and the plays they make on the football field. But some NFL players are showing that's not the only place they can perform. Current and former NFL players are lending their voices to the NFL Players Choir.
We've excelled in the football, but there's other things that we're capable of doing.
NFL All-Pro and Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl champion Bryant McKinnie is a longtime member. The choir was started in 2008 and has become synonymous with the biggest weekend in sports. Their soul-stirring performances have been seen across the country. This year, they took the stage with Jonathan McReynolds and Tori Kelly during the 26th annual Super Bowl Soulful Celebration.
So far, it's fun.
Dallas Cowboy Josh Butler just joined.
Just being able to make these type of connections is important for me.
Connections, he says, go beyond the music.
The biggest thing that I'll take away from this experience is relationships.
Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Josh Cephas is also new.
I can ask questions. I feel like they're open to answering them. Just passing down the knowledge that they have, whether that's the business of the game or just knowledge of football.
Football brought them together, but it's their love of music that's creating the perfect harmony. Danya Backus, CBS News, New Orleans.
Here at home, Southside 6 in Bowling Green is usually closed on Sundays, but for the Super Bowl, it's busier than ever. Hundreds of customers have been in and out grabbing food for the game. The owner of the store says they ordered 18,000 chicken wings in preparation for today. As of this morning, more than 13,000 wings had already been pre-ordered. The owner says this actually isn't bringing them in big bucks.
Actually, we're losing 10 cents per wing, but I'm sure we'll make it up some other way, but it's just rewarding. It's not all about the money and the bottom line. It's about the community.
He says they have been preparing all week for today and predict they will sell out by the end of the day. Baked good lovers, there is a donut recall you need to know about. The Food and Drug Administration is recalling more than 2 million goods over listeria concerns. That includes a variety of donuts, cinnamon sticks, and fritters manufactured by the pastry wholesaler FGF Brands. While the recall was initially issued January 7th, it was upgraded to a Class 2 on Wednesday. The FDA did not specify the next steps for consumers. The FDA is also recalling broccoli sold at Walmart and now saying it could be deadly. Braga Fresh recalled 12-ounce bags of ready-to-eat market-side broccoli florets in late December due to a possible listeria contamination. The product is no longer on store shelves, but was sold in roughly 20 states with a best-of-use date by December 10th. Appliance maker LG is recalling nearly 500,000 stoves with front knobs. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says you can accidentally turn on the knobs and turn on the stove, creating a fire hazard. So far, there have been reports of 28 fires with 8 minor injuries and 3 pets killed. Owners are being told to contact LG. President Trump is set to make sports history by becoming the first sitting commander-in-chief to attend the Super Bowl. CBS News has more from New Orleans.
Tonight, President Donald Trump is set to become the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl. Trump says he'll announce on Monday that the United States will impose 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports, including from Canada and Mexico.
Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
Trump's stop in New Orleans begins a new week as his administration undertakes a dramatic overhaul of the federal government. With the help of billionaire Elon Musk, Trump is putting multiple departments and agencies under the cost-cutting microscope. The president spoke about the initiatives, several of which are being challenged in court.
We're talking about fraud, waste, abuse, and when a president can't look for fraud and waste and abuse, we don't have a country anymore.
So far, more than 65,000 federal workers have taken the Trump administration's proposed buyout, according to the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. The administration's intense focus on USAID is sparking debate between Republicans and Democrats.
I certainly think the government is far too big, far too bloated, and we're on a path now to start to see it shrink. This is a first step only, but we're moving in the right direction.
We are seeing an executive branch that has decided that they are no longer going to abide by the Constitution in honoring Congress's role in the creation of the agencies, in their role in deciding where money is allocated.
In addition, the Trump administration reportedly has ordered the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to halt almost all of its work. That, in effect, shutters the agency that was created to protect consumers after the 2008 financial crisis and subprime mortgage lending scandal. Willie James Inman, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, buckle up for an active week of winter weather. We have several alert day storm systems. This is a look ahead towards next weekend that is going to produce some big impacts. I'll let you know when the snow arrives and how it'll affect your week coming up next. Well, get the snow shovel ready. It's going to be an active week of weather. We have a pair of alert day storm systems I want to give you a first look at. The first one's going to be rolling in Wednesday night into Thursday. I know that's still several days away, but I would plan ahead towards significant travel delays Thursday. Again, next weekend, there is the chance for heavy snow, and this one could be a higher impact storm, even though there is still some degree of uncertainty. Now, with both of these storms, there is a chance that we do get some wintry mix, mainly south of Toledo, but I think both of them are going to be predominantly snowmakers, especially in the Toledo metro. We do have high pressure that's going to be building back to start off the work week, so it is going to be dry as you're heading back from those Super Bowl parties and viewings tonight, and also sunshine for your work week. We're looking at 28 in Oak Harbor, 25 degrees in Adrian, 25 in Wauseon, so be sure to wear that heavy winter coat for those evening plans tonight. That WTOL 11 weather app, always a great tool to check the hourly forecast that does show clearing skies, but look at those overnight lows. We're going to be dropping back into the teens with a chilly feel for your Monday. Those blue skies will be nice as you're heading back to work and school tomorrow. There is going to be a little bit of a cooler breeze at 5 to 15, but overall a pretty nice start to the work week ahead of a very active week of weather. So let's start off by talking about the first system. This one's going to be coming in Wednesday night. We're talking sometime between sunset and midnight with the potential for overnight snow accumulations. Now, for folks who live south of the Maumee River, there could be somewhat of a wintry mix that does cut into snowfall totals although plan on travel delays Thursday morning, regardless of which side of the system you fall on. So obviously it's still too early to get specific as far as snowfall amounts, but in case you're curious how much snow you can expect, we can use probabilities as a way to express just how significant this storm will be. There is a 100% guarantee that we're going to get at least an inch of snowfall. 2 inches of snow, that's still very likely at about a 75%. And as of now, I'd put it at about a 50-50 that we get 4 inches of snow out of this first system. And of course, that's just the first storm. We're very likely to get some additional snowfall into next weekend. So let's break down the hour-by-hour timeline. It's going to be a very active week for much of the country. Tuesday, there is going to be a storm stretching from St. Louis towards Cincinnati and over into Maryland and North Carolina. That one is going to miss us to the south. We have a couple of quiet and dry days. Wednesday night, though, we are tracking that alert day storm. Now, there is still some uncertainty regarding how far north or south that wintry mix extends. You'll see that in pink here on the weather map. Some of this data does show a bit of a wintry mix for areas like Crawford and Wyandotte counties, but I think this is going to be mostly snow for the metro. Thursday morning, the snow is going to be tapering off. There are very likely to be delays and travel disruptions early Thursday. That system clears out and we get a nice, happy Valentine's Day that does include a good amount of sunshine, but a bit of a cold-hearted forecast with temperatures in the 20s. Next weekend, we are poised to see another alert day storm. We have alert days in effect for next Saturday and next Sunday, and this is going to be one of those systems that is very likely to bring us a band of heavy, wet snow. But again, that rain-snow line setting up somewhere across central Ohio, so we'll keep a very close eye on that storm track because a slight northern shift or southern shift could dictate exactly how much of that wintry precipitation we get. We're going to stay focused on impacts, though, as of now. Late Wednesday into Thursday, snow is going to be beginning late in the evening. Major delays will be possible with that red light for morning travel into your Thursday morning. And even through midday, there could still be a few slippery spots, but I do expect that by Thursday afternoon, conditions will be improving. We do get a couple nice, dry, quiet days. Tuesday going to turn a little bit more overcast. Wednesday will give you that PM alert that there will be that wintry mix rolling through well after sunset. And Thursday, even though the snow is going to be done, I really think there's going to be some lingering travel impacts and the very likelihood that we'll see school delays. Dry weather for Valentine's Day. Next weekend, snow is going to be likely both of those days. This could be one of those systems where you go to bed and it's snowing and you wake up and the snow is still coming down. Temperatures are going to be dropping as that system departs, and we're going to turn very cold Monday, so there could be some refreezing behind that system, and the chance for even more snow and a possible mix arrives at the end of the 10-day forecast. Kaylee?
All right, thanks, John. After a historic season tonight, we're learning more about the secret to success for the Delta girls basketball team. Sports is next. Stay with us. The Delta girls basketball team is having arguably its best season in school history. And a big reason why is senior captain Kendall Sproul. Kendall has a family history with Delta basketball, and it might be the reason for their success. Chase Bachman has the story.
Corey Sproul was one of the most important guys in the Delta community. He was a principal, the head boys basketball coach, a dad, and a husband.
He got his first job here in Delta, so this is where we came and this is where we stayed.
Very approachable, he's a people person, great coach, hardworking guy.
Great teacher, great coach, his smile and his leadership.
12 years ago, Corey and his two daughters, Allie and Kendall, were on Airport Highway headed to the dentist when their car crashed. Allie had a minor brain injury and a broken ankle. Kendall broke her pelvis and her wrist.
Corey never regained consciousness.
He was 38 years old. Kendall says that feeling of losing her dad has never left.
I don't think it ever goes away, so it still definitely comes up a lot.
Kendall and her sister had to grow up fast. She was a great athlete like her dad, but in middle school, she almost stopped playing basketball.
I actually didn't want to play. My mom made me because I was too scared to play in front of people.
That's a decision that paid off. Not many people expected the Delta girls basketball team to do much this season. The preseason coaches poll had the Panthers picked to finish next to last. But when the season started, they won their first game, then their second, then their third. They started the year winning their first 18 games. It was by far the greatest start in school history.
What do you think your dad would say if he saw the team?
I don't know. I think he'd just say that he's proud of us. I think that he'd just say, way to go all out all the time. He used to say that a lot, and I think that we've definitely done that so far.
Earlier this week, the girls played Patrick Henry in what was essentially the league championship.
And Patrick Henry claims the league championship 62-44.
The Panthers ended up losing, but this entire season, they proved a lot of people wrong. Kendall's mom says a loss doesn't always mean you're defeated.
A loss isn't always bad. I think it just resets you and refocuses you.
The loss of her dad didn't defeat Kendall and her family either. Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
The Delta girls start their state tournament run on Thursday when they play Bluffton. Well, the Walleye hit the ice this afternoon for a charity game. 9 sled hockey players took part in the game with the Walleye to raise money for those with physical disabilities to participate in the sport. The sleds provide a comfortable way to sit and support the legs of the players and blades underneath for skating. Players use hockey sticks that are 1/3 of the size of a normal stick with picks to guide them across the ice.
It's really nice just to be somewhere where you're, not looked at differently or self-conscious because of it. So I really think it's been like a self-confidence builder throughout the years and helped with the self-esteem and stuff. Plus, he just loves sports, so it gives him a chance to play like everyone else.
All the money raised will go to Adaptive Sports Ohio.
Hey guys, this is Chase Bachman with your Sunday Sports Look Ahead. Next week is the beginning of college baseball season, and that includes the Toledo Rockets. The Rockets baseball team starts their season next Friday. Team is headed on the road to play the preseason number 12 team in the country, Oregon. Head coach Rob Reinstedel and his team are looking to build on a season where they finished 6th in the regular season standings before winning a couple of games in the MAC tournament.
Well, I think this year, is, like every year, you start out with high expectations, which I really like this group. I mean, they pitching and defense is a strength of ours, and we have a lot of talent on both sides of the baseball. I mean, our offense returns a lot of key bats, but we have a lot of depth on that mound, too. So we're really excited about the ceiling that this team has.
And that is your Sunday Sports Look Ahead. Be sure to follow WTOL 11 Sports for more throughout the week.
A plant that just bloomed at the BGSU greenhouse is something that might catch your eyes and nose. The konjac, also known as the devil's tongue or a voodoo lily, blooms once a year and only for about a day or two. Once in bloom, the plant releases a foul odor to attract pollinators such as flies. The plant is native to Eastern Asia, and this particular plant has been housed at BGSU for nearly a decade.
In between these petioles, it has this, there are cells underneath this petal. The pollen, like, it just releases this odor that is akin to a corpse. And it smells pretty terrible.
The plant has its benefits and can be consumed to assist with digestion, weight loss, and even has been known to benefit your heart. Not for me, no thanks.
Yeah, glad I'm not smelling that. There's no smell-o-vision today.
Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. We'll see you back here tonight at 11.
It's going to be an active week of winter weather with a pair of alert day storm systems that are going to bring us snow accumulation and a possible mix. Your full forecast tonight at 11.